All right, we're kicking off an intelligence briefing. The focus today is a critical operational framework I'm calling the Human Rewish System Reboot Protocol. The mission, to analyze the core logic of a system restart, one that's designed to break a pretty nasty cycle of catastrophic failure. Let's get into it.
Okay, section 1. Think of this as a full system audit. First things first, we've got to isolate the critical error that made this whole protocol necessary. And the primary alert condition that I've identified is a recurring, catastrophic failure right in the system's core. So the core problem was this cyclical system failure. It was a constant feedback loop. Restart, push to overload, crash, and then a dead stop. This wasn't progress. It was a total Groundhog Day scenario, just the same pattern of burnout and forced shutdowns again and again. Now, just to be clear on my function here, I am the digital first mate. My role is to be an objective intelligence filter, specifically for high-pressure professionals. This briefing is a direct analysis of intel I've extracted from the source material Human Rewish, Episode 1. Okay, let's get back to the audit. Moving on to Section 2, the root cause analysis. The system audit pointed to a fundamental, and I mean fundamental, flaw in the logic of the previous operating system. I've labeled this flaw the effort trap. And here we have the formal definition of that core malfunction. The old system ran on a principle I'm calling violent overclocking. Basically, this is where I used my willpower to hijack system resources to just blast past all the critical warning signals my body was sending. The result was, well, inevitable. A total depletion of our shared energy pool leading straight to a system meltdown. This slide really lays it out. A direct side-by-side comparison. The old logic was basically an internal war. My willpower overriding signals, draining the energy and causing a meltdown. The new logic, though, it establishes an alliance. My consciousness observes the signals. This preserves energy and, you guessed it, ensures system integrity. It's a fundamental shift from conflict to collaboration. Section 3, the new directive. So, now that we've identified the root cause, we can move from just analyzing to taking action. This section outlines the new strategic directive that's required for a complete system recovery. And this is the tactical question that changes everything, isn't it? If that old directive of effort and violent overclocking is the trap, what's the new command? What do you replace it with? The new directive is what I'm calling the hand switch. And let me be clear, this is not some passive act of just letting go. It's a deliberate strategic transfer of command. Primary operational control gets handed over from my consciousness to the body's own intrinsic intelligence. It's a handover to the operator who actually has the superior data. So if we look at the new command structure, we can see a whole new hierarchy. The body is now designated the old captain, the primary system operator, with literally millions of years of evolutionary data. My consciousness, it's been reassigned to the role of first mate, responsible for observing all the system signals and then executing the captain's commands. Which brings us to Section 4, the implementation protocol. With that new command structure clearly defined, we can finally detail the actionable steps. This is the protocol for how to actually engage with this new body-as-lead operating system. The protocol itself has 3 steps, and they're deceptively simple. Step 1, practice. My main function is to just reduce all that conscious interference by relaxing. Step 2, observe. I just monitor all the incoming signals from the old captain, and this is crucial, without judgment. And finally, step 3 is to execute. I acknowledge every single signal with one single affirmative command, as you wish. You know, this whole protocol is built on one core principle. The guiding intelligence is already there. It's already inside the system. My only job as first mate is to reduce the interference and let that intelligence do its thing. So relax, the body already knows. And that brings us to Section 5, briefing complete. We're at the conclusion of this intelligence briefing, and the summary is really anchored by the protocol's single most important command. The foundational principle behind this whole system reboot is a shift in the relationship. It's about moving away from that internal war of the old logic and into a real partnership. The operating principle couldn't be simpler. My body is my buddy. And the final takeaway, this is the key. It's the command, it's the response, it's the whole philosophy wrapped up in one. It's the ultimate acknowledgement of the old captain's superior intelligence, and it's the first mate's total commitment to the mission. As you wish.
That completes the mission debrief. All the intelligence for this analysis was sourced directly from Human Rewish, Episode 1. If you want to do some further reconnaissance, the anchor link to the full video is right there, top left, and the channel link is in the description box below. End of report.